Alright guys, real quick video here. Went out today and really all I was doing was I needed some comic book bags, comic book boards, and a few things to package some eBay stuff that I sold. And got a few things. Went by the comic book shop. He had bags, no boards. I just said no. And he had some, said he had some other dollar books, come in. And then he reached over there and he said he had these big stacks, he said this one's Avengers and this one's something. And then he had a stack probably about that tall that he said was Deadpool stuff. And then he said in the other boxes he got, some Green Lantern stuff and everything. I kind of flipped through that stuff, saw a few things. And apparently his distributor, Diamond or something, apparently sends him a bunch of back issues every now and then. Which I've never heard of that before, but I've always wondered where he gets some of his back issues every now and then. So anyway, I kind of make my way on over there, and one of the last things I do is I start going through the Deadpool books, and I was really surprised with some of the stuff I found. I mean, there's just tons of stuff there. But before I did that, I went to the Goodwill, and I have no idea if these are worth money, but I might stick them on eBay anyway. I paid 50 cents a piece for them, thinking, oh, why not? Maybe. But anyway, these are strategy guides. And this one's from 1999. This is a Donkey Kong 64, the official player's guide. Then I got a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff, Final Fantasy 9. Some of these are like marked $1.99, and some are marked $15, $16. Then we got a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Never heard of that one. Okay, and then we got Final Fantasy 10 strategy guide. And Final Fantasy 8. I paid 50 cents a piece for these. And overall they're in pretty good shape. And they had a bunch of other stuff there, but it would come to like $6 if I got them all. So, anybody knows if these are worth anything, let me know. I'll probably stick them on eBay. So anyway, then I went to the comic book shop. So, and here's some of the stuff I picked up. These were $1 a piece, okay? First of all, I found this Moon Knight #1 from a couple years ago by Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev. Can't remember what year this came out. I think it's around like 2009 or something. But anyway, the reason I got it is that it's got a signature, and this came from Diamond Distributor, and the signature is awful, man. So it's either Wilson, the inker, or it is Maleev, the penciler. So I need to look up who it is. With my luck, it's probably the inker. Nothing wrong with that though. But I'm kind of curious. I know Bendis wrote this, but why does Moon Knight have, Wolverine's claws, Spider-Man's arm, and standing on Captain America's shield? So, that should be interesting with all the Moon Knight buzz going where he's coming back. And then I'm going to kind of go not so much in order here, but this is from the Volume 2 of Deadpool. First there was a mini-series, okay? And then Daniel Way and Ed McGuinness, was it Daniel Way? No, Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness came out with Deadpool Volume 2, which was a ongoing series that went for 69 issues. I want to say it started in '97 and wrapped up in the early 2000s. But anyway, Gail Simone came on there towards the end. I ended up finding these awesome Gail Simone issues. I always wanted to read her Marvel stuff. Here's issue 66. Okay. 67 with a little 70s Dazzler going on there. Disco Dazzler. Alright, 68. And 69. So basically, I think I'm missing maybe 1 or 2 issues of Gail Simone stuff. I'm not convinced if I want to keep these or not. Then it was real interesting because about halfway through the stack, I couldn't believe I found these. Now, a few years ago, these were worth much, much more. And actually, a few months before I did my first YouTube video, I ended up at like an auction house, a storage house / indoor like flea market in Withville, Virginia, on a back road. And found pretty much, I think, the first 60 issues of Deadpool. Ended up getting them for, I don't know, man. It seriously might have been like 10 or 20 bucks. And I put them on eBay, and I made a mint. Went into 3 figures the way I hauled them up. And I always was kind of like, maybe I should have waited and stuff. But I couldn't believe I found these in the stack. Got these for $1. Here's Daredevil #1. Yep, the first one. This was a pretty hot book there for a while. The whole series was. It's got this big wraparound cover. Yeah, Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. What year is this? Since I've got it open. 1997. So, Yeah, looks like he's, I think it's a Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. I'm not 100% sure. Definitely a Bigfoot. That's a good way to start out any series. So there's number 1 for $1. We'll just put that back in the bag. Then I found these, number 2, number 3 with Siren, number 4 going against the Hulk there, and number 7. But they had like the Merc with a mouth 13-issue miniseries. They were only missing issue 3 and 8, and they all have Arthur pseudonym covers, and I had most of those before. But you know, I think I got rid of them. I'm pretty sure I sold them. And I was going back and forth, man. And if I ended up buying everything I wanted and stuff, man, it would run in between the $30 to $40 range. And I'm just not really up for that right now, you know. But they had all kinds of Deadpool stuff, Deadpool team up. I even kind of cracked up because they had Deadpool meets Frankencastle, and they turned Punisher into like a Frankenstein monster, which started out good and ended up doing a pretty good review of it before I read the rest of it. It was just awful. I was just like, holy crap. And then, I mean, but it was kind of funny to see that. I mean, they just had everything. I saw some Liefeld Deadpool cable stuff, I think, and I cannot believe what's out there, man. And I think he had a series start a few months ago, well, probably about a year ago or something, if not longer. Jeff Darrow covers had like 1, 2, and 3 of those, and just a mixed and assorted stuff, man. But I mean, it had to have been an easy 100 issues. And what was also wild about it is after I'd bought what I was going to get, there's this kid. I mean, he's probably about 18, 19 years old, walking around. And he was sitting there saying that he just kind of looked at me and he was like, well, you know, I never really read comic books. And then the guy who owns the comic book shop gave him some kind of free sampler, and he fell in love with Deadpool, and he said he bought some yesterday, and I about flipped out. So he's had these sitting there for a couple days, and I was like, my God, you know, he could have bought that number 1. And then he showed me what he had, and apparently they did a Deadpool as a Weapon X story, and it had a Barry Windsor Smith cover. And I wished I'd grabbed that one, man, because it was like a mock-up of the Weapon X story that Winslow Smith did in Marvel Presents, which has been collected and stuff. It kind of looked like that cover and stuff. So anyway, I was just like, wow. But, you know, that's it. That's my haul today. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Surprise Deadpool haul. That's pretty damn cool.